Hey guys, in this video we're gonna see how to create an interactive working prototype inside Principle, and we're gonna start from the first screen and to the final screen, which is like playing the video after moving across different cards and then selecting a particular movie and then clicking on that movie to play a trailer. So that will be a kind of mini prototype, and also we'll be previewing that interactive prototype on a mobile device in the next video. So let's get started with this one. So inside Principle, I have all the screens here, as you can see, and let's focus on the first screen, which is so let me rename these frames to this is get started page, and then we have one, or like let me call it Pacific Rim, then another one is Interstellar, and the last one is Bumblebee, and obviously the last one is promo video. So these are 5 artboards here, and let's focus on the first one, which is get started. So if I click on get started, if I tap on get started, I should land onto this screen, which is Pacific Rim. So I'm gonna add a trigger here, which is a tap trigger, and connect the arrow to this first screen only, get started. And now I'm gonna move elements out of the screen and add new elements in. So basically what I'm gonna do here is also I'll go one step back and let's create a auto animation between these kind of auto animation on the first screen. So I guess we haven't done auto animation till now, so this is a perfect screen to show you how auto animation works. So let's Control Z. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna select this image here on the first artboard, and gonna click on tap, and instead of tap trigger, I'm gonna select auto trigger, and I'm gonna choose the same artboard. So I have created a connection from one screen to another, and which is get started and to get started too. And this is kind of a auto connection here, which means like the animation will play without any trigger here. So basically it will play automatically. So for that we can do like we can increase the scale to like 1.2, and maybe we can make it like 1.1, and this one we can make like 1.3, and also the first one we can make like 1.3. So basically what I am thinking right now, like what I'm doing is like from first frame to another frame, automatically the first poster and the third poster gonna increase in scale, and the middle poster gonna decrease in scale. So like there will be kind of a difference of scaling animation. And what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna select all these mask posters and with this base, and I'm gonna create a group with them, and I'm gonna call it like clip mask, something like that, clip mask. And what I'm gonna do is like I'm gonna click on this clip sublayers. So if you're using the new version, you can find clip sublayers on the left hand side, if I am correct. So just click on clip sublayers, so it will clip the layers, sublayers, and choose the radius to be 20. So this is how it looks. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate the base again and bring it outside, and I'm gonna reduce the clip mask to such that we have a little bit of borders remaining like in the first version, something like this. Okay, so I have created an auto connection here between these two artboards, which is get started and get started too. And what kind of animation I want to create here is basically the middle poster should like decrease in size, and all the other two posters on the side should increase in size automatically, like while we are on this screen, so that this screen doesn't look like static, and it should have some kind of dynamics to it. So let's get started. And how we're gonna do it is we're gonna create mm, let me think a bit. And so yeah, so for the middle group we're gonna create a group for that, for poster 2, and I'm just gonna create a group here and call it uh, poster 2 clip, poster 2 clip, because we're gonna use clip sublayers property here. And I'm gonna scale this poster to 1.1. Okay, and I'm gonna use clip sublayers so that we still have these white borders. You can see here, if I remove this clip sublayers you don't see that, but we want that. And I'm gonna go back and do the same here on the first artboard, poster 2, group it, gonna call it poster 2 clip, and basically clip the sublayers. And wanna do it is, so I want like uh middle poster to decrease in size, so I'll keep it like 1.4 or 1.1.3, so 1.3 to 1.1 basically. So you can see here, but it's happening too fast, so I'm gonna go here and increase the duration to maybe like 6 seconds maybe. 6 seconds is a little bit too much, maybe 5 seconds is fine. So we're gonna yeah, so 5 seconds looks like this. And now I'm gonna go to the last one, the last poster, which is okay, but let me think. Okay, poster 1 and poster 3, if I'm gonna scale, yeah. So let's not group the poster 3 and not group the poster 1. So I'm gonna just scale the poster 3 to 1.3 and poster 1 also to 1.3. But you can see like these two are going outside the frame, and now we need to create mask. So what we're gonna do is click on clip sublayers, and that will clip sublayers for that masked posters, and we're gonna give the radius 20. Yeah, so also we're gonna do one more thing. We, for the poster 2 clip, we're gonna move it to the top. Okay, but another problem is coming, which is the posters are increasing in size, so we don't have the line in between. So for that, we can do is like we can group these posters, and same thing goes here, and rename this poster 3 clip, poster 1 clip. And yeah, basically we have done that, and just just clip the sub layers basically. So we're gonna clip the sub layers somewhere here, and gonna do the same for the another one somewhere here. So this is how it looks like. And so what I'm gonna do here is, maybe I'm gonna delete this entire image from here and just gonna copy this, go here, paste this here, and for the poster 2 I'm gonna make it 1.3, and for this I'm gonna do it 1.1, and for this I'm gonna do 1.1, and let's see. So yeah, now you can see the animation is happening perfectly, but only thing is like the poster 1 is going too fast, because on the animation timeline you can see we have difference in duration, so we just keep the duration same. Yeah, so now with the use of clipping sub layers, or basically masking, like we can create these gaps in between the posters. So now you can see we have this animation where like one poster is decreasing in size and another two are increasing in size. Very awesome. And while you are waiting on the screen, you will not see static posters. So this is something which I wanted to create. And let's create a main animation where, just let me hide this animation timeline. Yeah, so first artboard, from here to second artboard, which is automatic trigger, like it will happen automatically, and from here get started we will click on tap trigger and let's select this one. And now as you click on the get started, let's move this get started out of the frame, like somewhere here. Reduce the opacity. Maybe instead of moving out, maybe we can decrease the size entirely, like maybe 0.5 or something, and maybe reduce the size of this. And this thing maybe we can move down and reduce the size. Also, maybe the second one, maybe we can push it more down. Yeah, so this is how it looks. Let's preview this. This is auto animation and we click on get started. It looks like this. We can increase the duration 0.62. Let's see. Yeah, so now we want to bring this footer bar and we copy this footer bar and move this vertical scroll and move this footer bar on top of everything. And now we move this card one here, and now we move this header from this fourth artboard on top of everything. So we have on the top we have header, and then we have footer, and then we have our card one, and then we have vertical scroll, and then we have the image of the previous artboard. So now let's see, we click on get started and it looks something like this. So yeah, so we need to bring all these layers up. So let's copy, let's delete this artboard specific name because we have already copied all the elements from there. I'm gonna delete it. Copy this footer bar from the third artboard, which is called get started 3. I'm gonna rename it to Pacific Rim. Okay, copy the footer, move to get started 2, paste it, move it down and reduce the opacity to 0. Now what I'm gonna do is copy this vertical scroll, paste it here and scroll it down, reduce the opacity. So now it looks something like this. Yes, so it looks something like this. And now I'm gonna copy this card one, copy and gonna paste it, and we can move it outside and we can reduce the opacity. Also we can scale it like 1.2, so it looks like something like this. Okay, something weird is happening here which we need to see. Okay, maybe because of the duration here. So let me zoom in the timeline and see like what is happening, and let's increase this duration first of all so that everything happens at the exact same timing. Now let's have a look. Yeah, now it looks perfect. Yeah, so basically you are here, auto animation, click on get started, you get this. Let us do one thing. Let us reduce the opacity of this text content so that it goes away quickly. And let's increase the time of header and footer so that they come with some delay. So we have this header, and oh, we haven't copied the header on the previous artboard, so we're gonna copy it here and we're gonna move it outside and we're gonna reduce the opacity to 0. And yeah, we're gonna just increase the duration maybe somewhere here. And for the footer bar also, so you can see this footer bar here. Just select the keyframe, last 2 keyframes. Yes, and just select. So what happens is like everything comes up and then these two last, they come a little bit slowly. Or maybe we can just stretch something like this. Same for the footer bar, comes with a delay. Yeah, now let's have a look again. Yeah, it looks okay, not bad. So now what we have to do is we need to create some scrolling and some pagination on the main cards. So let's create scrolling very quickly, and so let's select this entire first horizontal scroll 1 on the third artboard, and let's select till here. Let me hide this animation timeline, yes, and somewhere here, and go to horizontal, select scroll, and this scrolls. This is perfect. Now select scrolling 2, go to scroll, good, and bring this here somewhere here, and this also scrolls. Scrolling 3, same thing, bring this somewhere here, and scrolling. Right now you can't see this layer because the vertical scrolling is disabled, and we will enable right now. So select this vertical scrolling entire group because we need to scroll this entire 3 rows vertically. So just select vertical scroll, and we're gonna decrease the vertical scroll to somewhere here. So now it looks like this, and now you can scroll everything, this also and this also. So our scrolling part is done. Now we can focus on our paging. So we have card 1. Now we can copy card 2 from the design and just paste it here, card 2, and copy card 3, paste on here card 3. And now we're gonna copy these dots or indicators and paste it here. So everything is copied, and we can delete this interstellar layer from here, and also this bumblebee layer, the artboard from there. So we have all the 3 cards here, and let's quickly select this Pacific Rim and change the width from 414 to 2000 pixels for now. And so if you change the width of one artboard, it will Principle will automatically change for all, but we don't need to worry. We just need to fix these cards so that we can do our animation. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to line them up perfectly so that there is no gap. And so card 1 and then card 2 and then card 3, and we already know that pagination works perfectly fine if you have 414 or 414 pixels width cards, or cards with the size of the width of your device. So our device width is 414 pixels, and we can see here card 1 is 414, card 2 414, and card 3 414. So everything is aligned properly, and now we're going to group these cards together. I'm going to call these poster cards, or movie cards, basically movie cards. Yeah, that sounds good. So you know the drill for creating pagination effects. You put all the cards in line and then create group of those cards, and reduce the size of the group to 414, and you can see from here this is 414, and then go to the artboard and reduce the width to 414 actual width. So everything will return to its original place, and you can see right now nothing is working. Everything is so hidden. And now we're gonna go to this movie cards, and the magic will happen. Just select page, and that's it. Your paging is happening. Now we need to use drivers to change the indicators. That's it, and your animation is done. So let's go to drivers, and let's go to, this is 0th, and we want on the 0th position we want the highlighter to be somewhere here, which is right. And when you go to 2nd position, we want the indicator or the highlighter on the 2nd part. So let's scroll and see. Okay, this is for the, as you can see on the drivers panel. Okay, this is very nice. You can see on the drivers panel we have different scrolls here. So like this is for vertical scroll. So if you're scrolling vertically and if you want to animate something, you can add keyframes on this line. Then you have horizontal scroll 2, and horizontal scroll 1. And at the bottom, which was hidden, which I can't see, and here we have movie card scroll. So if I scroll this here, there it is. Yeah, I was getting confused, like why different layers are there already. So now you get it right. So if you want to animate something when I am scrolling this, you can add to this particular timeline horizontal scroll 1, 2, or 3. But we need to animate these indicators based on movie cards scrolling. Yeah, movie cards paging, sorry. So when I go to this somewhere, you need to find the perfect blend here. Like it's like 414 because 414 pixels. Yeah, so 414, and you need this uh, highlight. I'm just gonna rename it to highlight to move here. So yeah, so let's click the select the highlight and add a keyframe on center X and move this highlight to here. So see now, the first keyframe is added to highlight and inside movie cards. And let's gonna move to 0 and move this highlight back uh, to initial. So now you can see in the animation, you see this dot moving, right? So this is 0, this is 400, sorry, this is 0, this is 414, and now the last one is 828. So now let's move this to 828. So now you can see the indicator is moving nicely. So this is how we use drivers to create animations. Also we can go a little bit crazy here, and instead of when I'm swiping, you can see like the all the text and feature part is moving again and again, and featured is like these three movies are being featured, and again this featured is going out of the screen and coming in. I want this feature to stay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go to drivers, go to 0, go to drivers and go to 0, and go inside this card 1, bring these all the details outside basically. So this is group 19, right? So I'm gonna just move this group 19 out. So basically I'm gonna say it like card 1 details, card 1 details. Yeah, that's nice. Gonna go here inside card 2, just select this so that you can see. I'm gonna hide this card 1 details for now. Gonna go here and yeah, this is the card 2 details. Gonna go here, rename it to card 2 details, and it's gonna hide this card 2 details. Go to 828 and card 3, move this here and call it card 3 details. So that's it. Now what I'm gonna do is so this is having no important content here, so I'm gonna just delete it, and we have this group and it is having the featured thingy. So I'm just gonna rename it to featured and gonna take it out because this is the main thing which is gonna stay there. So now I'm having this card 1 details with season 1 and the title, and card 2 details I'm gonna delete everything else. So I'm gonna just move it outside and gonna delete everything else. Same I'm gonna do with card 3, just bring out the movie and the year and gonna delete everything. So that's it. So gonna go to 0 and featured is gonna stay forever. It's not gonna move. So right now everything is staying here. So what we need to do is we need to unhide everything, and we need to select card 1, go to 400, and we need to move out card 1 like this, left hand side, reduce the opacity, and card 2 is here, which is we need it, and card 3 we can move it somewhere here and reduce the opacity of card 3. So but the mistake which we have done is we have not added the keyframe, so let's not forget that. So we are on the second 414, that is the second card. So select card 2 details, and yeah, you can see here card 2 details inside the movie cards because movie cards pagination thing, which is we are working inside that. And let's gonna create keyframe on X and opacity. Yeah, so right now it's on X, and when we're gonna go to 0, if you want this car2 details to go here and opacity to go to 0. Yeah, so basically when you move, you can see this interstellar thing is like, coming out. It's hiding, it's coming out. And we need to do the same with card1 details. So when we are on card2, we need card1 details out of the frame. So this is right, and we can, and we need to select center X and opacity as keyframes. Okay, and gonna go back to the initial thingy and just gonna bring them inside and increase the opacity because we have reduced it. Yeah, so basically when you go outside, this specific rim thingy goes back and interstellar takes its place. So this works perfectly fine, as you can see here, right? Now from 414 to 828, we need this interstellar to card2 to go outside and reduce the opacity to. So basically I'm not gonna move it outside like this because it will go, it's gonna go on the other frame. I'm gonna move it using shift and left. So yeah, that's nice, and reduce the opacity to 0. So you have to select the drivers, and yeah, opacity to 0. And now I'm gonna select the card3 details and increase the opacity to 100 and bring that back up to its original place. So let's see, something is missing here. Okay, because interstellar went outside, it's wait, okay, this is card1. So card1 is going out, this is 9, interstellar is taking its place, that's right. And bumblebee, okay, again we haven't added the keyframes for bumblebee, that's why center X and opacity. Okay, so we hadn't added the keyframes on bumblebee. So now this is the card2 position, so we're gonna move this bumblebee outside here, reduce the opacity to 0, go to 828, bring this bumblebee back again and increase the opacity to 0. Now everything should work fine. Yeah, now you can see the featured stays forever because everything is featured, and titles come and go accordingly as we swipe. So this is nice. And now we're gonna hide the drivers, and as we tap on this bumblebee card, we should see the movie. So just gonna go to card3, tap, click, and gonna move these vertical scroll down, reduced opacity. I'm gonna move this footer bar down, reduced opacity, and okay, so what I'm gonna do here is basically import the video here first of all. So I'm gonna import the bumblebee trailer here, and yeah, I'm gonna align it somewhere. I'm gonna align it and increase the scale to maybe 1.5, 1.3. Yeah, 1.3 looks good. And then I'm gonna keep it outside the background. And here, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna reduce the scale to 1 basically. Here, maybe like 0.5, maybe somewhere here, to see if it looks good here, or maybe 0.6. Yeah, 0.6 looks fine. So it's behind this bumblebee layer, and I'm gonna reduce the opacity to 0 here this side, and I'm gonna scale this bumblebee image here as we 2, and I'm gonna move this 2, and I'm gonna move this down. As we can see on the actual design. 2.4, maybe 2.3. Yeah, 2.3 looks good to me. And everything else goes to opacity 0. Like we can so yeah, everything goes to 0 basically. Or maybe we can bring this black dim to the down, and maybe let's bring this feature also a little bit down and reduce the opacity to 0 because we don't need this. And let's test it out. So basically here we have, and we click. Okay, we go. Something is missing here. We're gonna fix it in a while now. Let's see here what is happening. And so when I click here, okay, this is fine. And here on the main screen, we should reduce the opacity of the image to 0 and reveal the opacity of this 200. And also we're gonna scale it to 2.4 to 1.8 and align it. I don't know why it's not aligning. Hmm. 1.4, 1.3, and now I'm gonna let's do it 1.4. Yeah, so now let's see if it works from here. Okay, it's scaling or not. Let me check. Yeah, it's scaling fine. And we need to copy this bumblebee layer on this card too. So I'm gonna move it outside and just gonna call it 0.5, and I'm gonna move it somewhere here, 0.8, 0.6. Yeah, this looks fine, and somewhere here. Yeah, so we are here and we're gonna scale. This looks good. And while we are scaling this up, we need to move this outside and reduce the opacity to 0. So we're gonna fix the animation timeline in a bit, and let's add these components, CTA. So let's group these components together, and let's call these elements, copy it and paste it here, and also paste it here, and just move it outside somewhat here and reduce the opacity to 0. And in these elements, let's take this CTA2 and take it far away so that it looks like it's coming with a delay. So let's see. Yeah, so this is how it looks. Oh, we haven't reduced the opacity of the indicators, so let's also move them down and reduce the opacity to 0. And now let's increase the duration so that we can see the animation a little slowly. And maybe, yeah, this looks fine. And let's move these to its original position. Yeah, this looks okay. Yeah, and now let's see the animation. Now it looks so cool. Now you can see like the watch on Hulu button is coming a little bit delay, and you can see the header bar is also going outside. So smooth. Yeah, this is nice. And let's click on go back and tap, and you can go back to this. But yeah, again the go back frames are pretty fast, and that's gonna increase the duration, maybe, yeah, 62, and this thing also 62. Yeah, let's see how it looks. This is start, go back, looks so cool. That's nice. That's how you do animation. And let's see, from the start there were some fixes we needed to do. So you can see the indicators, and this featured thingy is creating a problem here. So let's first of all put the drivers thingy to 0 so that we can scroll. Yeah, and now, so see, you can see like this, you can't play the animation from here, you need to scroll. Okay, one more issue we found, which is like, the video is playing on top of Interstellar, which we don't want. So go to drivers, go to the last, and yeah, select the bumblebee and group it, and let's call it promo video. Yeah, and let's gonna mask clip sublayers. That's nice. And now I'm gonna copy this promo video. Also we gonna yeah, the opacity is 100% here, and promo video opacity should be 0%. Copy this, go back here and paste this entire promo video, and remove this bumblebee panel from here. So now we have promo video on the screen. Increase the opacity, you can see it looks like this. Now increase to 1.8 or 2.3, and center line, so yeah, just put it in the center somewhere here. Yeah, this looks good. And yeah, let's look at the timeline. Okay, we have added the new timeline, so it shows like this. Maybe we can increase. Hide the drivers, select the back timeline, select the promo video because we have added it again, and yeah, increase the duration. Wait, and let's see again. This is how it looks. Go back. Yeah, looks perfect. Also, now we're gonna fix the previous thingy, which was this thing, featured. Okay, so what happened, we have this featured here, and we need to copy this to here. So what we're gonna do here is, I'm gonna delete this card 1 from here, and because we have removed some components from these cards, which were these text components and which were the details components and the featured, and I'm gonna copy it individually. So what I'm gonna do is copy this movie cards first, and gonna go on to this get started, paste it here, move it, or maybe we can scale it. Yeah, that will look cool. Maybe 1.4. Yes, that looks cool. And maybe somewhere here, and then reduce the opacity. So let's see how it looks. Yeah, we're gonna fix the time in a while. So now I'll just copy the indicators from here and paste it here, and reduce the opacity, move it out, and let's see. Okay, let's move our drivers to our initial position. Let's see. Okay, I'm just trying to fix, like, yeah, okay, this is fine. And now I'm gonna copy these all card 1, card 2, card 3 and featured from here to this movie cards, and everything is opacity is 0. Just we're gonna reduce this opacity and featured opacity to 0. And right now we can only see from here card 1, so I'm just gonna just move this feature to the top and card 1 to the top, and let's see how it looks. Yeah, now it looks fine. Only thing is the highlight thingy is a little bit popping from somewhere. We just need to see. Okay, now let's gonna fix the timeline. So our timeline is kind of messed up right now because we have added new elements here. So just have a look. Highlight 2, we're gonna just align it. And we have card 1 details, which is the new one. And yeah, movie cards, we deleted the older ones and we added new, so just align it. This layer is text content, align it. 62, highlight, yeah, just align everything up with 62. Now we have, so this sound is coming from the trailer, so yeah. And vertical scroll is 62, horizontal scroll, yeah, just align everything up with this. So now let's see. Okay, also these things we need to align. So auto animation, get started, end up on this, and now you can click on here and you can start playing the movie. So the sound starts coming from here. We're gonna go to movie cards, go to card 3 and delete this promo video from here because we don't need sound here, and gonna go here. Let's see. Okay, sound starts coming from here again. So unfortunately we will delete this promo video from here again. Yeah, so now let's have a look if this works fine. So now the promo video will work only on the last screen, and let's click on go back and it will go back like this. Also we're gonna let's see if it looks fine. This tutorial was pretty long because it was having a lot of things, a lot of elements to animate. So yeah, so we're gonna create a very kind of a different outlook here. Let's try something new. So I'm just gonna create a circle here and I'm just gonna make it like kind of white, and gonna copy this, gonna call it transition maybe, yeah. I'm gonna copy it here. So basically gonna reduce the scale to somewhere here, and yeah, maybe keep it like that, and maybe gonna reduce the scale to 0.5 or maybe 0.12. Yeah, I'm gonna move it this transition to the center of our thingy, and maybe reduce opacity, and let's see how it looks. Okay, yeah, on the last screen, and it looks like this. Yeah, and okay, we have already used the component from the last video, so I'm gonna delete it, and from here, from the last artboard, I'm gonna click on auto and just gonna click on here, and I'm gonna just reduce the opacity to 0. So maybe this thing creates some kind of a transition. Let's see how it looks. Okay, looks okay. Let's see what is happening. So carbon details, okay, that is all fine. Okay, this thingy is creating some kind of transition. Let's see again. Not doesn't look good. Okay, so I'm gonna just delete the last one. I don't need the auto one, and just delete the transition because so we can experiment these ideas. but it's not looking good. So just let's preview the animation again. From the start, we have this auto animation where zooming is happening, and we can maybe increase the auto animation duration from 5 seconds to 10 seconds, and gonna increase this to 1.8, and the last one to 1.8, and increase the Wonder Woman to 1.8, and maybe bring this Wonder Woman looks like in the center or something, so that it looks like, scaling in the center, and maybe here also, like, somewhere, so the faces look fine, like, okay, the position is creating a problem, so we gonna apply the keyframes on the position also. Yeah, now it's fine. So you can see the 10-second animation is happening here, and we're gonna, instead of default, let's try to choose ease both, and let's see how it looks. So now it's kind of eased in and eased out from the both end, and let's click on get started. Let's see again what is happening. This home thingy is creating a problem here, so let's fix this. This is highlight 2, and the main one is called highlight. Okay, and here, and on the main one we have copied the footer bar, and it's called highlight. That's fine. And where is the problem coming from? Oh, it's called highlight 2, and this one is called highlight. That's the problem. Okay, so we're gonna fix it. Okay, so let's this is our highlight, and I'm just gonna call it highlight 2. Will that work? So this is highlight 2, and let's see if this is gonna work or not. Yeah, this works. So because both the layers were having the same name, so they were uh, uh, creating kind of a smart animation between that. So basically this shape layers were becoming this indicator layer. That's why it was jumping from here to there. So let's see again, everything looks fine. And I'm gonna create, yeah, this zoom thingy is a little bit fast. So I'm just gonna go to here, and some animations look a little weird to me. Okay, this yeah, this thing is fine. Image, maybe I'm gonna increase it a little bit. Let's see how it looks. Maybe increase this duration. Poster 4. What is poster 4 here? Okay, this thing, yeah. Okay, I don't know like why this poster 4 is like that. So let's increase it to 5, and let's see. Yeah. Okay, this looks fine. So that's how you do make interactive prototypes and add videos to your prototypes, and yeah. And now in the next video, let's see how to preview this on your mobile device.